And welcome back. We're going to be talking about distribution in 2.5, applied distributive property. So distributive property, written simply, is, think of there's an A on the outside, B plus C. Now what we're going to find out is that this is the same thing as if you multiply A times B, so you get AB, and then plus, you see that plus right here, plus, and then A times C. Okay. Now, if you already know this, that's fine. It doesn't matter what this A is. So if this A is in the front or in the back, it's going to be the same thing. So you have B plus C here, and A on the outside here. You'll get BA. Again, we multiply, plus, that plus comes back, C times A. Okay. Now notice, you see this equal sign? That means that this is the same thing as this, and this is the same thing as this. That you could actually go both directions. Okay, does a minus sign affect it? No, because a minus sign, remember, a subtraction symbol is the same thing as adding the opposite. So actually, what will happen is we'll get AB, and then in this case, minus AC, okay? So we still keep A times B, we still keep A times B, we'll still keep A times C. Okay, so subtraction does not affect that. Okay, let's do some practice problems. Let's solve resolve. Okay, if you can't see this, I'll write them down. So let's say 4y plus 3, y plus 7 times y, n times n minus 9, and 2 minus n times 8. So all we're doing is applying the distributive property. Now what happens? So 4 times y, 4y. 4 times 3 plus 4 times 3 is 12. Y times y, y squared. 7 times y plus 7y. N times n, n squared. N times 9 minus 9n. 2 times 8, 16, minus n times 8, 8n. Now, did I rearrange this one right here? Yes, because you want your number before the variable, okay? Okay, does this work with negatives? Absolutely, okay? Okay, this works with negatives, positives, and all of the signs. So let's go through these. 2x plus 7, 5 minus x, times negative 3y. Sorry, get the overlap there. There we go. Okay, what happens in these two? Okay, multiply this negative 2 times x, so we get negative 2x. Multiply negative 2 times positive 7, we get negative 14, so we get subtract 14. Okay, what about this one? Negative 3y times 5 would give us, that's exactly right, negative 15y, okay? The 5 and the 3 multiply. Negative times a negative is a positive, that's correct. 3 times x wouldn't change anything, so we get positive 3xy, okay? All this negative does is multiply times each thing. So negative times 2, negative 2x. Okay? Negative times a negative, positive 11. Okay? So distributing a negative works that way. Okay? Okay. Now, if you want to look, let's open the book so that it's large. My apologies if this takes a second. Okay. If you notice, we have terms, coefficient, constant terms, and like terms, okay? terms are going to be each thing that's separated by an addition or subtraction, okay? So negative x is a term, 2x is a term, 8 is a term. Coefficient is any number in front of a variable. Any number in front of a variable is a coefficient. Constant term is the number that has no variable with it. So constant term is the number that has no variable with it. Okay? Okay? Just a second as our motorcycle are being passed by. So in like terms are two variables that have the same power. They have the same power and the same variable. So example is if you have 3x minus 4 minus 6x plus 2. Now let's figure out which are our terms. How many terms do we have? Well, we have terms. What are our terms? Okay, we have 3x, that is correct. Negative 4, that is correct. Negative 6x, that's correct. And 2. So each of these were our terms, okay? And what are our like terms? Okay, which terms are like each other in terms of power and the same coefficient? So 3x and negative 6x are going to be 1. And negative 4 and 2. Now the beautiful thing is you can always add like terms together, okay? So the question it asked here was coefficients. What coefficients do you have? Well, we have to look at our variables. What's in front of this one? 3. So 3 is a coefficient. What about this one? Negative 6. So negative 6, okay? Now constant term means there's no variable. What are our constant terms? If you look up, well, negative 4 does not have any variable, and 2 does not have a variable. Now let's add the like terms. What's 3x minus 6x? So just add the coefficients. 3 minus 6, negative 3x. Negative 4 plus 2, minus 2. So this is going to equal negative 3x minus 2. And that would be understanding each term and understanding how to add them together. Okay? We're going to stop. Well, actually, no, we're not going to stop right there. Let's do one more. Okay? So where we do distributive, and then we combine like terms. Okay? It's actually going to be example 4. Okay? So you're going to combine like terms. Okay? Now you don't, on the homework, you don't have to identify what's coefficient, what's constant, all these things, but you do need to have a good idea of what. Okay. Now first step is distributive. So we're going to distribute this 4 to n plus 9. We're going to distribute negative 3 to 2 plus n. So 4 times n, 4n, plus 4 times 9 is 36. Negative 3 times 2 is minus 6. Negative 3 times n is minus 3n. What are our like terms? 4n and minus 3n plus 36 minus 6. Now, what step did I just take? What math property did I use to go from here to here? Okay, I just rearranged it. Notice. Did I rearrange it? Yep. So that's actually commutative. Okay? So I use commutative to move everything around. Okay? So what's 4n minus 3n? Well, that should just be 1n, or you could put n for short. Okay, 36 minus 6, or 6 subtracted from 36, is going to be 30. So our answer is going to be n plus 30. Okay? Okay, thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you shortly. Bye.